Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is the Living World of Darkness, the Rage Across New York venue. Today we find ourselves at the Sept of the Green in the area of the cabins, near one of the cabins that has been labeled by the members of the Silver Fang tribe as the Salt Porch, where the two members that are currently on Sept tend to hold court, if you will. But today there's a little bit of kinfolk activity around it. People are very trepidatious, to say the least, around there. Not much yelling. Occasionally there's a loud thump from inside, or and the door will open and you'll hear some yelling from inside. And a very frazzled looking kinfolk will run off somewhere. But at this point, no one is really coming to investigate yet until now. Dun, dun, dun.
That would be Aidan Lynch, who kind of wanders up very curiously, very slowly, sticking his head from left to right, like looking at these very panicked kinfolk.
He will notice that 10 Point, for her part, is far more distant from the cabin than normal. She hasn't flat out run off. She's still positioned close enough to hear if she's specifically called for, but you get the slightest inkling that she's essentially out of, like very audible bell jingling range, essentially trying to avoid capturing attention, and has kind of settled in to lounge on the ground with the dead leaves in the dirt, where she's not that well camouflaged, but it probably takes you more than the initial sweep to see her, just because she's not moving.
Once he spots the 10 Point, he'll wander over slowly, still watching the cabin, but he'll make his way over kind of, curiously, like looking at her,
And don't worry, she's got her eyes on the cabin too. And her ears pricked very attentively towards it. But as Aidan diverts himself around to come her way, she'll twitch one big ear his way, and realizing that he is in fact coming straight at her, will, in a comically ginger fashion, kind of roll herself over so as to not make over much noise.
Yeah, he'll kind of stand beside her as she's rolling over, and he just goes, "What's happening?" Seems to be all the commotion here.
My beta Yuff is in a state.
Right, so that explains the Jameson and the tea then.
I don't think he slept after we returned last night.
Oh, Jesus. He kind of just shakes his head, right? Have you hit any kinfolk yet?
She kind of rolls her big old eyes up. Doesn't make eye contact, not yet. But she definitely gives him a look like, really? You think he's going to hit the kinfolk?
He kind of turns and looks at her. I've seen worse things when a guy's pissed.
I'm less valuable than the kinfolk are. Yeah.
That's why I'm suspecting you're out here. So, right. Suppose I better go in. He kind of just says, actually, oddly, kind of not cheery, but just like great dark humor, basically.
The brow spots, just above either eye, kind of shoot up.
At this point, you see one of the kinfolk come out. He's got six empty Jameson bottles kind of in his arms. He's wandering towards the recycling bin. He's just kind of shaking his head. Who gave him his phone?
Actually, Aiden will kind of intercept the kinfolk and just go, "Do you have any full ones?"
He kind of looks over his shoulder and looks back to the cabin. There's plenty in there, but not
Perfect.
for long.
Perfect. He gives him the thumbs up, looks at 10 point, and just doesn't say, "Well, wish me luck." He just takes a breath and just proceeds, like almost like the Terminator going into the cabin, basically.
Oh God! Did 10 point will finally kind of get up off the ground and start slinking along at a very unhappy follow. Though she's going to pause at the front door as she has not been told to come inside.
He'll gently open the front door, just slowly, like sticking his big bushy hair in, probably.
It's locked.
Oh, shite. Right, he'll look at 10 point and just like make the like just do like this cross sign, like get out of the way, as he'll knock on the door, basically.
She retreats a slink and a half.
When he knocks on the door, I'm assuming he'll kind of stand there listening for any kind of reaction.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he can just barely hear a faint female voice speaking in German from the other side of the door. Very faint, as if very far away.
In German, Aiden is like, Balien? It's Aiden Lynch. Heard you need a drinking buddy? This is awkwardly.
After a minute, the door opens just, like an inch, and you see a very frazzled-looking male kinfolk. No injuries. He just looks stressed. Kind of peek out and say, "Can I help you, sir?"
I'm here to see Bailey and Cross. I'm a friend.
He's not taking appointments today.
I think this one is definitely needed. Tell him Aiden Lynch is here and tell him he's brought, looks in, whiskey.
You kind of see him roll his eyes. He's like, "Great, exactly what we need, more whiskey." The door closes. And you hear, "Sir," crash as a bottle hits the door.
Oh, he kind of like, ooh, like closing his eyes, like bracing himself, like this is gonna get messy.
After a minute, the door opens up again as the kinfolk, you see him wiping his face from the whatever was probably in the contents of the glass that's all over the ground inside that you can see interior of the cabin. I'm not sure that now is the time, sir.
Trust me, man. If you don't want him hitting any more glasses around the place, you're gonna send me in there. And he gives us like this really like determined, like like let me the fuck in type of smile, basically.
And he kind of looks up. A moment, and he'll close the door again, and you can hear almost like a sweeping noise from behind the door. And then after a minute, he opens the door and just kind of turns and looks at you. He's got this look of sad resignation on his face.
And he'll tap him on the shoulder. It's all right, man. You'll be fine. And he'll just walk in, like still looking very sympathetic, and he'll reach over, and if there's any bottles there, he'll grab two and put them under his shoulder, And
you see like 4 cases.
Jesus.
One of which is open, one of which is laying on the floor, and you could tell all the tops are off of them, so obviously they've been drunk.
Ooh, yeah. Aiden kind of surveys, takes a few full ones, shakes his head, like looking back. How long has he been at this?
Yesterday morning, sir.
Yesterday morning. Fucking hell, right? I'm going to need fresh towels, fresh linen, fresh everything.
Understood. And you can still hear the sound of the German woman speaking in the next room. And occasionally you hear Balian's voice as if he's conversing with her, but he is speaking German.
All right, Aiden will take 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, almost like he's slinking up like a cat if 10 Point sees him. He's almost like tiptoeing near the door, basically.
Yeah, 10 Point has probably slunk through the doorway and settled just inside the cabin door and just perched there like the most terrified gargoyle you've ever seen in your life.
When 10 Point gets in, she'll kind of, when she squats by the door, she'll look over and she'll notice that there's like a boutonniere in a case sitting on a table beside like a lamp or something. Like a boutonniere someone would wear to something formal on their lapel.
So noted.
Aiden will actually turn to 10 Point, creep back over, and goes, "Who's the German woman? Who's the German woman he's speaking to?"
And she is staring in a perplexed fashion at the boutonniere, if only because, well, Balian hasn't made any moves to go anywhere. In fact, he seems pretty happily ensconced, or as happy as he's getting ensconced. So she's got her ears kind of swiveling, thoughtfully pitching around, and she will turn a glance back towards Aiden and mumble very quietly, or as much as one can in Krynos, "Don't know."
Right. Well, this gets ugly. You know what to do. He kind of just walks to the door then, gently rapping at it, like almost like tensing, like waiting for the door to be flung open.
Okay, there's no answer.
Okay. Balian?
You still hear the conversation in German continuing.
Okay. I'm going to test the door handle and just pull it down slightly just to see, is it locked or not?
No, it's not locked.
Okay, I will gently as I can open that door, slowly.
Okay, you look into the room. This is the kitchen of sorts in the little cabin. Balian is sitting at a table with his back to you. He's got his cell phone kind of propped up on the table in front of him, and you can see a beautiful young blonde woman who is apparently talking. We're talking like appearance 4 or 5, obvious get a Fenris pure breed in her features, and she appears to be speaking in German with Balian. Balian has his hand up and he's kind of touching the screen. One strange thing, Balian is wearing what appears to be a tuxedo.
And the video recording, it doesn't look like FaceTime, basically, or anything like that, right?
It does look like FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
But if you look closer, as you're kind of observing, it looks like maybe like a recording of a FaceTime.
Ah, okay. And I'm assuming, is there glasses and all that laying around if he just casually checks in?
Yeah, there's a single bottle of Jameson and a single glass that's half full. And as you're kind of observing, you see him reach over. His hand's kind of trembling a little bit just from the sheer amount of alcohol in his system. And he reaches and grabs the glass and throws it back again and starts to pour him another one.
Aiden will carefully uncork the Jameson he has, very cautiously making his way over him. By the time Predator's Focus drinks his second glass, Aiden will be kind of like there and just gently pour it for him. Very tenderly, almost.
He doesn't seem to. He's still talking to the camera, as if having this conversation currently. but you can see from the, you can see that it doesn't have the recording button on, and it's obviously a recording. It's not Skype.
And there's just one chair there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other 3 are broken.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Right. Aiden will basically take a swig of the drink himself and then almost like, here we go. And he'll just gently lay his hand on Balian's shoulder and he'll say very softly, Balian.
He just kind of raises one hand like that's a finger. He's almost done.
All right, big man. All right.
And you see, and he goes back to continuing the conversation in German. And you see the picture on the screen of the girl. She seems to be somewhere like in a forest or something, around a bunch of other Guru. You actually see other Guru in various different forms. They look like they're preparing for war. They seem very upbeat, like they're about to fight a big battle. You've seen it. You're a Guru. You've been in these type of situations before.
Yeah. He'll just start taking a drink customarily, just watching.
And he's speaking in German to her, as if she could hear him. And she's responding, and then you see the kind of like the sky in the recording start to go dark, and you see the girl kind of look up and kind of do her eyes back and forth, and then you see a large Kranos walk over and basically grin at the phone and flip the bird, and you see Balian smile and flip the bird back, and then she says something to the camera, and Balian literally face plants on the desk, and the recording stops.
He'll almost put the Jameson bottle on the table, and then he'll just gently tap Balian's cheek. Balian?
Let's see. Oh no, he's out.
Okay. Kind of look over at 10 Point and just almost like put his hand down like at ease, like, okay, he's knocked out basically.
Yeah, he's passed out.
Yep.
He is breathing.
So with that gesture, she'll go ahead and rouse up to her proper height and come over to investigate, make sure he's breathing very carefully, all the while not touching even the unconscious Silver Fang. Like, she knows shit will go so far as to take her little hand mirror out of her bag and stick it in front of his nose and mouth to make sure. And then we'll slink back over to the door and press it open and probably gesture the kinfolk in.
Right. Basically, Aiden will start to scoop Balian up under him. We need to get him a shower. We need to wash him. He's probably been going to stink. We need to get him clean sheets, clean clothes. Don't want the fella waking up in shite now, do we?
There's an enthusiastic nod, and she will take a moment to shake down to a form that can traverse the cabin a little more readily. And then once she's had a minute to do that, we'll, ducking through the doorways, lead him to the bathroom.
Yeah, once they're in the bathroom,
and
Aiden...
probably set the shower running on hot so that it can warm up while he figures out whatever he's doing.
Yeah, basically Aiden will strip down Balian, just take off the clothes and just haul him into the shower. Basically, just it's very thorough. It's very quick. He takes the shower head and just spraying him with water, basically.
So you know what's up? JC said his computer just blue screened.
Oh no!
So we can keep doing filler, but he's gonna have to restart.
Yeah, no, we'll keep doing filler. Yep. He'll just turn and look at 10 Point as he's spraying Balian, like washing his hair and all that. And My ma used to do this the whole time after a heavy drinking binge. So best thing to do is just clean them, get them to bed. Usually they recover by the morning.
Won't he need more than that?
Depends. If we can wake him up, we can get him to shift into a form, and the effect might reduce on him. But we need to get him a few bits of water. Water's going to be a big thing.
Yes. She will go about getting some towels and whatnot and bringing them, setting them near to the shower where he can probably tucking them onto the bar where Aiden will be able to reach out and snatch them while juggling an unconscious man.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Aiden is very careful as he holds Bailey out, making sure his head doesn't hit against anything, and just lay him down across the towel. Just begin to dry him thoroughly. He'll look up at her. Right.
And I will note, since JC lost connection probably right about time we were picking him up, when you did pick him up, a picture fell out of his hand.
Ooh. Yeah,
I will say that since you probably have your hands full, 10 point will, well, at post shift, we'll grab one of the nice fancy cloth napkins and use it to pick it up so that she doesn't touch it directly.
I'm assuming that's someone he cared about. Judging by that recording.
It seems so, Yov.
Ah, shite. He's wearing a tux. My dad used to say only 2 times you wear a tux: when you're getting married and when you're dying. So he kind of just shrugs, laughing to himself.
And she will, while he's busied with getting Bailey showered and then finally getting him out, getting him toweled, she'll reach over with one hand to, again, with the cloth napkins, snag the robe and offer it over so that he can get like something on him.
Yeah, he'll just wrap him. He'll just wrap him, basically, like a burrito, basically.
Yep.
Look over. Where's your alpha?
And she just kind of glances around. There's no telling, Yav. If she is smart, probably not here.
The alpha should be here for this. He kind of shakes his head.
He has the kin to tend to him, Yav.
Well, Pack should be here for another pack, mate. You're here?
I know my place. Had he grown violent, I would have needed to step in.
I might still come to that. Depends on how he is when he wakes up. Is he kind of just gently, holding him,
And she kind of shrugs. It is what it is. The life of a metis is worth less than even that of a kinfolk.
Suppose but still, the alpha should be here tending to the pack mates, even the weakest ones. He just, looks down at Bailey and, actually feeling a lot of sympathy on his face.
I am sure that she is gone for a good reason, Yav.
Hopefully.
She is very attentive of us. Usually.
Has he always been drinking like this?
No, he started this yesterday. He has a drink here and there, maybe, but never like this, Yav. And she'll show him to his room, and once Balian has been deposited somewheres, probably on his bed.
On his bed, yeah, on his bed.
She'll offer over the picture that's kind of just got a napkin carefully folded over it.
Yeah, he'll probably just take it in the napkin so he doesn't dirty it or anything. Just look at it.
And the picture is of 2 get of Fenris, one male, the other female. And they both have their arms around him, and he is standing in the center. And I'm going to assume that the female's the same one from the video.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. He'll kind of smile to himself. They look happy.
They do.
Right. How long have you been a pack with Predators, Focus?
Not terribly long. Yes. It is hard for a menace to find a pack that will take on the responsibility of keeping watch of them.
Okay, I was just going to ask, is this something that happens once in a blue moon, or is this a regular occurrence? But if it's not regular,
I have known Banshee Raya longer. Yes, but I have never seen my beta go on a proverbial bender before.
right. Best thing we can do now is start filling them with water, hydrate them. He kind of like rubs his face.
She glances down to the unconscious, robe burritoed Balian on his bed and tries to puzzle out how the hell they're going to get water into a man who's not awake.
We're going to have to wake him up. He just says grimly,
She winces.
Stand back, I'll do it.
She will, in light of the fact that he's about to wake him up and we don't know what sort of mood he'll be in, she'll probably ask one of the kin if they will be so kind as to go get water. And
yeah, Aiden will say fresh sheets as well. We don't know what's going to happen to him.
that's true. And then she will hover fairly close, again, in case there needs to be an assisted dodge situation.
And Aiden will gently put the picture in the napkin on the bedside, very gently. And then we'll just gently tap Balian's face very lightly, slowly each time. Just like saying his name, like Balian.
Let's see if it doesn't wake up. That is absolutely not helping.
Inconclusive.
He starts to wake up.
Yeah, Aiden will smile slowly. There you are, big man.
And if there is a garbage pail of any sort in that bedroom, it has been very, well, as subtly as she can manage, just kind of nudged over next to the bed. That was a lot of booze.
He's like, oh, no, he's good.
Damn.
Jesus.
Iron liver there, man. Shit.
He sits up. He starts to sit up a little bit. Starts up a little bit too fast. He starts to sit back down.
Yeah, Aiden will catch on to him. Easy there, Boyle. Easy. Not too quick now. You're all right.
See him open his eyes and he kind of looks around. He frowns.
You were a bit drunk and you collapsed, so I got you showered and put you to bed. Made sure you were safe.
He just kind of looks at you out of the corner of his eye, and then you hear him, Anton! You hear the kinfolk who originally met you doing his in the other room. Sir, drink. After a few minutes, Anton walks in with another bottle of Jameson in a glass on a platter and sits it beside the bed.
Meanwhile, the second he was properly opening his eyes and digesting what was actually around him, 10 Point has reverted to just kneeling on the floor nearby with her eyes down on her knees.
10 Point ducks, essentially.
She is just huddled and not cowering or anything, but is definitely in a submissive position and out of the way.
He has not noticed her, or if he has, he is not showing that he has noticed her. Is she in Hamid? Good Lord.
She is.
Okay.
The cabin's a lot harder to navigate in Krynos. So yes, she is in Hamid at the moment.
He reaches over and pours himself another glass.
Aiden will,
And this one he sips it.
he'll kind of gently take his hand. I think you've had enough, pal.
He kind of looks up at you, that kind of slow turning of a head that someone who is extremely intoxicated does. Today's my wedding day.
Aye.
I have every right to drink as much as I want. I will not be pawed at, sir. And he kind of shoos your hand away. He starts to drink.
Fair enough then. Fair enough. Do you mind if I have one then? Since it's your wedding day, you kind of smile.
He kind of raises a hand and drink or be gone.
Fair enough. Just look at 10 Point, get the booze. You know what I mean? That type of stare, you know? We're going to be here for a while.
She can translate stares, and if Anton is no longer in the room, she does not have the authority to call him back, so she will finally move and rouse up, still with her head kind of down, and slip out of the room unless she is intervened with, and go to fetch him another glass and another bottle. Again, she'll be using, if she makes it out and back, we'll be using cloth napkins to carry anything so that she doesn't touch it directly.
As she stands and starts to walk out of the room, you hear Bailey from behind you. Good Lord, what the hell is that?
And she goes really still, really fast.
That's a Metis. I told it to go get the booze. It's got wrapped in sackcloth.
Oh. Her. I'd hoped it was a dream.
Unfortunately not, but never mind that. No point in looking at filth, right?
Very well.
And she'll take that as a dismissal and dare to continue for the door.
Yeah, he doesn't stop you.
Aiden just looks back at her like, you're welcome. You know what I mean? You know, and we'll turn immediately to Balin. So, who's the lucky girl then?
He kind of smiles, that stupid, overdrunk frat boy smile when they're talking about their girlfriend. Uta! Oh, she's lovely. I'm such a lucky man.
I bet she is.
He's kind of, you see him looking around. Where's my phone?
It's in the kitchen, pal, but there's a picture over there. Is that her?
He looks over. Ah! Yes. Us in our younger days. He kind of lurches over and grabs the phone or the picture, and he kind of points. This is my Uta, and this is Rolf, our asshole brother. Ah!
I see. I see.
But I tell you, never tell this to his face. But he's one hell of a scout. Taught me everything I know. He's got a pet, and he's kind of drunkenly tapping the photo.
Was he a Ragabash, was he?
He was. Fenrir's brood.
Aye, they're fierce fuckers.
As fine a scout as the Gleaming Eyes ever had.
I bet. Oh, he kind of just cranes his head. You know, waiting for 10 Point, basically. He looks, when she comes in, Aiden looks actually pretty sad looking, actually.
Yep, she will slip back in and first offer, again, wrapped in cloth napkins, the drink so that he can grab it by the neck of the bottle if he likes without having to touch the napkin that she's touched, and similarly will offer the glass, and then from under her arm, having heard Balian ask for it, she will untuck another folded napkin and slip over and resume her earlier position, but from within the napkin will place the phone next to him as she folds it back down onto the floor.
Aiden take the bottle, just swing it from the. He has no care for glasses, and he'll actually pour some out of the glass and just gently lay it on the floor where 10 Point can see it in her range.
When 10 Point hands him the phone, and this should tell you how drunk he is, he actually says, "Thank you," and takes the phone and starts to open it because it's obviously a closable phone because this is 1973. Anyway. And you see him starting to push buttons. Here, I know it's bad luck, but we'll call her.
I will call her, yeah. Aye, don't worry.
And he's pushing buttons on it. And you see the screen on it light up, and it's that same video from before. And he starts speaking in German to it.
Aiden will take a drink, and he won't activate resist toxin at all because fuck it. He'll lean beside Balian and he'll join in as being all merry and stuff like that. 10 Point could probably read it. It looks heartbreaking, you know what I mean?
10 Point's world has turned upside down because she got a thank you. She's in the middle of an existential crisis.
There's also alcohol there for you if you want to drink as well.
She'll actually like wait for a long bit, like while they're like partway through this video, and then will reach over and accept the glass. Like essentially while they're distracted, so clearly no one will yell at her, and we'll snag that and fuck it, it was left down there for her anyways. And we'll sip at it.
Balian starts again talking to the screen. And at one point, he kind of turns the screen to point towards Aiden, and you hear him say Aiden's name as part of his speaking, and then you see him starting to get angry, speaking to the screen.
It's fine, pal. It's fine. She said hello already. Look, see.
And he kind of listens. No, she's got good manners. She should at least say hello to you.
She said hello. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're fine. Balian, it's all right.
No, this is not like her. And he starts just berating the phone in German.
Aiden will look at 10 Point and kind
You
of.
can see that the obviously the screen playback has not changed. It's still going on as if it was still speaking to Balian.
He'll kind of look at 10 Point and kind of mouth, "What should I do?"
And she offers back a very helpless shrug and slips just a wee bit closer to where they're both settled and sets the glass aside, essentially putting herself within striking distance.
How long ago was that, Balian? He'll say very slowly, tasting the words in his mouth as he takes a drink, sucking in a breath.
And you see him, he just kind of lets out this just roar of pain and just throws the cell phone against the wall where it shatters. He just kind of sits there and his whole body's heaving in these deep breaths as if keeping his... And you could tell you've seen Guru gain rage before. He's probably just gained 3.
It's all right, pal.
He's just sitting there growling.
What did she say to you?
But she says every time.
What's that?
He looks up at him. He meets him dead in the eye. That she can't wait to come back so we can have our child together. And with that, he spends a rage and flips to Krynos and flips the bed.
Aiden leaps, yelps off the bed and rolling.
And while 10 Point won't necessarily budge, she hastily reverts to breed.
Yeah, Aiden very.
And if anything, might nose just a little bit further between the two of them. Like, try without touching Aiden to kind of coax him to put a little room between him and the very agitated Krynos.
Who has decided to turn the bed apparently into matchsticks.
Aiden will kind of just dust himself off and look over.
As he's tearing this bed apart, screaming in German. And apparently switching back and forth between German and Russian.
Aiden will kind of look at 10 Point and just shake his head and just take a step back, basically. Let him, ride the wave, basically.
Oh, yeah. She's not going to touch him.
So we're going to do a thing. Hi! You see that rage raise?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
And you see that Krynos werewolf turn, and there is no recognition in its eyes.
Oh, shite. Yeah, he'll kind of look at 10 Point. Oh, son of a... And he's going to shift to Krynos,
Yep, time to apologize profusely later and grapple beta.
Yep.
Okay.
Shall we initiative?
Sure.
Oh. Oh, Aiden, no. Oh, Aiden. So that's my dex is that in Krynos. 7. That's Aiden is 8.
Let's see. That puts me at 14. So 10 Point goes first.
Hilariously. Yeah, I'm going to go for the most inept of grapples. So let me just roll my dex here. But that's enough to do it. So she will initiate a grapple.
Okay. I think at that point I have to roll to break. Is that correct?
Yep. About all you can do while you are grappled is do the contested strength brawl to try to break out.
Okay. All right. So let's see. +4 for Krynos.
Come on, 10 Point, hold him.
Oh, Jesus. No, you break out. You lose your turn at least, but you break out.
Yep.
Okay. And I am forced to spend as much of my rage as I can because I'm in frenzy. So I spend 2.
Whew. Well then. So that's me. I'm going to spend 1 point of rage, and I'm going to grapple Balian.
Okay.
I get him. Yep, I got him. If I hold on for dear life.
All right. Do I roll to contest now, or do I do that during rage actions? Katie? I can't remember.
It's basically on your action. So on your rage action, you can contest it.
Okay. Did you spend that? And that's the it. Did you spend rage, Katie?
I did not spend any rage.
Okay.
So it's just
me.
you two and then you.
Yeah, it's you first.
Okay. I have 4.
I have 3.
Oh dear.
He breaks out again?
No, sorry, I have 4. I have 4.
Okay. So is he the defender or am I?
I assume since you're initiating the action of breaking out, it makes the other person the defender?
I'm good with that. Okay. So he ties go to the defender, so he's still got me.
So I'm a squeeze,
Uh-huh.
Roll my strength. I do 1 squeeze damage.
Okay. And then I get to try to soak.
Do eat.
And I do.
Okay. I have to hold on again.
And then
And then it's my rage action.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
it is your
so-
second rage action. Do the thing.
Doing the thing. Oh yeah,
So-
and I took a rage for entering combat, so gotta remember
Mhm.
that.
So I got 3.
And I got 4.
Yep, you're out.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Luckily, that's the end of the turn.
Hey, look, it's my turn again.
Oh look,
We're
hey,
just-
Tip
we're
Boy's
just-
turn.
We're just gonna play the waste all your
Passing
turns
butterfly.
game.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically what we did last night.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so they can count real quick. He is down 2 rage.
All right, I will.
So yeah, okay. Your turn.
Oh boy. I do not initiate a grapple, but I do spend a rage.
Oh no.
Is that a botch?
No, because I got the 6.
Oh, okay.
Really. I'll check shit while we're going.
Okay. So he's not grappled, and it's his
Nope.
turn. So he will. I don't know. I know which one he would attack. He would attack 10 point because it's a menace. So yeah, Dex brawl.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
or
yeah.
claw.
Okay. Grapple is diff 6. I just wanted to check.
Let's see, 7. Six. Oh wait, no, 7 because the brawl.
And
All right,
let's
and he will
see,
hit 10
why-
point. He will hit with 3.
I am going to use my action to doge because if I get beat to shit, I can't hold you down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
I got
let's see.
I got 3. I got 3 successes to hit.
I only dodge away one of them.
Okay. All right. So that only gives me none to add to that. So it's just straight +2 for claws. So soak 2, madam.
Soaked. Thank God.
There you go. And he will spend his 2 rage that he has to. Torna.
All right, I'm gonna spend 1 more rage. And that's all that rage. I can't spend any more after that, and I will grapple.
Don't forget the one you got for going into combat.
Oh yes. I mean, haha. I can spend more, but I'll leave it at that one. So I grapple.
Okay. All right. So we are back up to 10 point.
Actually, I used my rage action. So
Oh, that's right. To dodge. So it's me.
So
To
it's
break. How many successes did you have? Oh wait, you're gonna roll with me. That's right.
Yeah.
I have 4.
Stop rolling so well.
I know.
Ooh, I have.
Oh, he got me still though. I think.
Nope. I have 3 because it's 1. I have
Okay.
3. So thankfully it's my rage action, so I'm going to reinitiate.
Okay.
So I really grapple you that time,
Oh, nice. Yep. You got me.
and
Okay. And it's my rage action now to try to
Yep.
break out.
Just hold on for dear life.
it's pretty much what I'm doing.
Oh my.
Oh no! Oh no! I know he's out again. Oh no! Yeah, you clearly beat me.
Okay. And I spent 2 rage. But you've already done one. So that's my second one.
Yep, that was your second one, so we're back at
Okay.
top of the
so we're back
round.
at top of the round. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Oh God. This is
Wait.
so fucking tragic.
Come
I
on,
am
baby.
gonna spend a rage again,
get him.
and I am going to reinitiate the grapple.
All right. He's gonna try to break out. Look at him go.
What is it?
3.
That's your strength.
1, 2, 3,
Brawl.
4, 5, 6. Boop. What brawl? You snap out.
You're out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out.
All right. And he will spend 2 rage.
Right. Me again. I will spend 1 more rage, and then I will leap and grapple.
Luckily, you guys haven't hurt him yet. Because he would have gotten another one.
Yep.
I L grapple. So yeah, I'm grappled. I got you.
Okay. All right. So 10 point. Did you spend any rage?
I did spend a rage, and now that
Okay.
we've got a grapple and I can go consecutively, I'm gonna
Mhm.
also grapple at that -2 diff.
Yee.
So now you are double grappled.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold you for my rage action, probably. Just
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on for
That's
dear
fine.
life.
My first rage action will be to try to break out. 2. Nope. You both got me. And then did anybody have a second rage action?
That's all you, buddy.
All right, here we go. Roll 5.
Oh God, do we get it collectively or? Oh nope, you throw us both off.
All right. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3.
Give a mighty fucking heave.
Okay. And with that, he gives a mighty fucking heave, and I believe when you run out of rage, you revert to breed,
Yep.
and he shrinks down to naked Hamid.
He shrinks down and probably gets real, like if he doesn't flat pass out, gets real close.
Sure. We'll do fate dice, see if he passes the fuck out. Yep. He throws both of you off, roars his rage, and then as that last bit of rage comes out in his roar, he collapses into a naked heap on the floor.
Oh, meanwhile, as the two Krynos are flung across the room, 10-point just thinks really, really loud, "Oh God, I'm sorry," because God knows what she landed on, but it was probably expensive. Though once she's whipped around to see that he's down again, and glancing after Aiden, who hopefully will be back momentarily. There we go! Yay! All right, so he's out.
Yep.
We have landed on probably expensive things and turned about to see him down again.
Oh. Aiden will relax back into Hamid and just let out an audible sigh. What should we do now then?
From outside the door, you hear, "Sir, do you require assistance, sir?"
Looks at 10-point, goes and opens the door very casually, like sticking his head out.
You see 2 kinfolk standing there with shotguns, like.
Yeah, Aiden looks very flustered looking. He's like, hi guys. All right, so your boss has had a bit of a freak out, but he's fine, no damage. We've managed to delay the process, but he's not in a condition to be moving anywhere. Is there any way we can restrain him in any way? Because he's a danger to himself and to you.
10-point is behind him, shaking her head wildly.
The 2 kinfolk just kind of look, and then they just kind of shake their heads. There might be some rope around the cabins somewhere. We don't have restraints, sir.
Yes.
Aye.
In the wake of a frenzy, until one is fully rested, they cannot do it again. It's too much of a strain on the body.
Okay. The guy just snaps his head, blinks, goes, "Oh yeah, shite. Fuck." Right.
And she'll probably snag a hold of his blankets, and she's the larger body right now, and will carefully again make sure she never makes skin on skin contact with her beta, and kind of burrito him in the blanket carefully and pick him up and put him back. Oh, never mind, not on his bed. Yeah. It's not there. We'll pick him up and probably
do we have any spare rooms? You kind of look at her.
Yeah, either a spare room or the couch or
Yeah, we'll
somewhere comfortable.
haul him to the couch.
Yeah, there's definitely a couch in the little receiving area there.
Plonk him down, and Aiden will very tenderly put the photo he has of his wife in with him as well, so it's on his chest when he wakes up, basically.
And once she's got him settled, 10 Point is going to return back to the room where I imagine the kinfolk are probably already busily getting to doing away with the remains of the bed. And she's going to go hunt after the pieces of the phone to see if there are any things that look like whole pieces that maybe a glasswalker can use to retrieve that video for him.
Aiden will search for the SIM.
Hey, look at that.
Holy shit.
Apparently there are. Apparently there was a completely intact SD card sitting there.
He'll probably hand that to 10 Point. Give that to Saoirse or Teresa Raya. They'll sort it out for you.
And she'll nod and pull out from her swag, pull out like a larger, just little cloth pull string bag and open that so that it's easier to find in there because the SIM card is so small. And we'll tuck it into that and then tuck that cloth bag into her swag.
You'll see, a couple of kinfolk have walked in there and started sweeping up and taking out larger pieces of furniture that were smashed. And you kind of see one over in the corner on a laptop on IKEA.com already ordering new things.
All right. Do you reckon he'll be all right then, or do you need me to stay for the night?
And she actually looks fairly thoughtful, though as usual is not looking him directly in the face by any means. Is looking like past him, kind of off slightly to one side. I think, Yuff, that you had a fairly good hand with him just now, though I cannot speak for when he wakes if he is sober or, well, he should not be hungover. Regeneration might take care of that. Kind of glances back out towards the room or towards the receiving area.
I shall stay a while. Fuck it. And he goes and grabs some Jameson, basically.
And yeah, there's some wheels turning. Oh, you know what? You mentioned it on the phone, but out of curiosity, is the photo old enough that it's one of the ones where the camera would print out a date on the photo? Like in the corner or something?
Hey, we've been using it for everything else. Let's see. That's helpful.
Inconclusive.
Yes. So that's helpful too. Sorry.
No, you said yes.
And the answer is no.
Alas.
Well, just because it doesn't have that, let's see if it has this. It does. Okay. All right. So when you turn it over, there's something written in German. It appears to be two names, the names that he said before, Uta and Rolf. And then it has a date, which was, we'll say, September 8th, 2014. Actually, it would have been 2015.
And yeah, while Aiden settles in and goes and gets himself a drink, 10 Point will just kind of come out. Again, she at this point is just kind of carrying those cloth napkins around in case she needs to pick anything up, and will kind of glance the photo over one side and then the other, and then just settle out on the floor, looking like nothing so much as a fur rug with antlers. And once Aiden is in and settled back down, she will mention very quietly, just kind of volunteer the thought. Yuff, I have not known my beta for but so long, but I have seen photos of his wife. That is not her.
That's not her.
No, Yuff.
Right. Okay. Plot thickens. That's strange. Why is he crying over her then?
I imagine, Yuff, that if he thinks he is calling her when he is watching a video, it is because she is gone.
Yeah, I had that feeling. So he seems to think he's in that right now. So if he wakes up and he's still like that, what are we gonna do? There's only one way, which is convince him it's not real, but that could result in a frenzy again. Or I don't know.
Only if he gets a full rest.
I don't think we should give him a full rest and not take the chance. If we're gonna do this, we might as well do it now. But he kind of spreads the sense he's your beta.
It is not my business to poke around, but if you think that you can aid my beta, and you do seem to earnestly intend to aid my beta, I will not stop you.
He'll take the photo. I know what it's like to lose everything. He just says very grimly, and we'll walk back in, taking a long swig of booze towards Balian. And we'll customarily slap him awake.
Meanwhile, if Anton is not one of the ones in the middle of cleaning up, she will ask if... probably just ask him to make whatever tea it is that Balian usually drinks. So there's something there to get in him that might have something to counter the dehydration he's going to feel from drinking that much liquor that quickly.
Yep.
The kinfolk kind of looks down his nose at 10 Point and then looks at Aiden as if waiting for him to tell him to do it.
Get him the tea, but also get him as much water as you can find.
He nods to that and then heads off.
Yep. Let it be known that 10 Point never commands. She always politely asks, even the kinfolk.
And Aiden will look around. Is there any of that like spraying water type spray thing? Because you just want to slap Balian straight in the face. Is there any of those like water sprays? Plants.
Let's see. Because that's helpful.
Maybe
Yes.
you should just...
So he'll just walk over with the plant spray and just basically in Balian's face.
God.
Okay. Balin kind of, after a minute, he raises his hands in front of his face and just kind of shaking it. And he's like,
Thumps the thing down, and puts the bottle down beside him.
Starts wiping his face.
How you doing, pal?
The hell?
You've had the early house by the looks of things, man.
He starts rubbing his eyes. Shakes them, opens them, just starts blinking, almost like somebody who's been in the dark for a long time. His eyes kind of open a little bit. They're still very bloodshot because he's still very, very drunk.
All right, pal. Kind of cranes his head. Tell me your name.
You know my name, you Irish git.
Aiden smirks. Aye, I do. You big fucker, you. It's Balian Kraus. So, what year is it?
See him turn his head, cracking his ears, or cracking his neck. Why are you asking me stupid questions?
Because I need to establish something with you, man. I'm here to help. What year is it?
The year of our Lord, 2017.
Okay.
Fatty opens his eyes again.
You had a right bender, man.
He smiles. It's what grooms do, I'm told.
He didn't smile his eye, but he does look sad when he says this. That time's passed, baby.
He sighs. It is. About this time, Anton will walk in with the tea and sit the whole tray down. And he'll make a cup and walk over, just stand with it beside Balian. He kind of looks at it like someone's looking at something completely distasteful.
Drink the tea, lad.
His eyes kind of cut back to Aiden. No offense, but if you call me lad one more time, I'm going to make you eat that teacup.
Aiden actually smiles. Now you're starting to act like yourself. So drink the fucking tea. He grins at him, very playfully. Like, come on, don't punch me.
He reaches over and takes the cup and saucer and sips at it, making a face.
So he looks at the two names on the photo. Like Balian can see him holding the photo and looking at it.
Kind of, as he sees that, his kind of fixate on it.
Who was she?
Business. His eyes are still staring straight at that picture.
He'll hand it gently towards him.
And as he takes the picture, he says, as in none of yours.
I figured as much, pal, but I'm just being a friend. Came to see you. Make sure you're all right. Even dealt with your friends again.
You see him take the picture and he kind of wipes it off. Like he's cleaning it. Takes the edges and straightens them a little bit.
Aiden will take out his own picture and it'll be Aiden with a group of people. You can, oh, by the way, they have the same dark hair. You can tell that's like maybe his family. And he'll look at Balian and show him this. I know the same business, pal.
So this is your family?
Aye.
It's good to have a family.
It was I.
Gives you purpose.
Does. But we both know, I think. And I think we both know the loss of that as well.
He smiles. No, well, I still have a family.
Really? This is with her and her brother-in-law?
No, they are gone. They died last August.
Sorry, pal. He says that quite very genuinely, there's just a grimness to it.
When they did not return, another bride was chosen for me.
So why did you
Duty.
marry her? Why did you marry her then?
Kind of looks at you, kind of straightens himself. Duty to one's family.
I respect that. But there's also a duty to yourself as well, Balian.
What good would it have done?
Would have given you time to grieve.
He kind of looked down at the ground. Falcon needs no time for grieving.
Falcon may not need time, but Balin Kraus does. Because I know that look. That hate. Falcon needs warriors who are pillars, not a man swept up in his own sadness. I don't mean that in an offensive way.
Just kind of gets a far away look in his eye. Licks his lips. Takes another sip of his tea. As you say.
Tell me about her.
Not today.
All right, Mom. Do you want me to stay?
He stands slowly, wobbles.
Aiden reaches out his hand to put on the shoulder, trying to steady him.
And then he kind of raises a hand as if, that whole will not be pawed, sir gesture again. Walks over and opens the door and says kind of a little formally and maybe stiffly, I thank you for your visit.
No problem, Balian. Aiden will just nod, pick up his jacket. We'll walk, and as he stops by the door, he'll look at him. If you want to talk about it, or just drink a bit more, don't hesitate.
He kind of just nods. Again, thank you for your visit.
It was most gracious of you to have me here. He'll just nod and bow, and we'll walk out.
So I have a question during this little exit. Does the door stay open long enough for 10 Point to also slink out?
Sure.
Okay. I wasn't sure if she was about to get trapped inside or expected to leave, or what exactly the tone was.
Nah, if she wants to slink out, then he will not stop her from slinking out.
Yep.
Yeah, Aiden is just walking unless 10 Point directly says anything. He kind of just looks back at her and keep an eye on him, will you?
And she will kind of distractedly bob her head, letting off a slight jingle, and then will thoughtfully gesture Aiden a bit closer, as though she doesn't want to raise her voice.
Walks over.
And she'll only go so far as the foot of the porch, but she will still meet him there and bow her head enough that she's not speaking very loudly. And or will murmur for him. There was a battle in August. It shook the nation. And it wasn't somewhere far away.
Aye. He just nods. If he gets like that again, give me a shout. I'll come down. And he just nods very just curtly and we'll walk off.
And she'll be just a little nervy and call after him as he's going.
Turns curiously.
And she's just gonna call after him. The people of this sept were not the only ones who lost people in that battle.
Aye. That's what war does.
Remember it, Yuff. If they start to speak poorly because of his house.
I will.
And she'll
He'll just say, give me a regards to your alpha and just, bobble off.
she'll bow deeply and slink back up onto the porch and take her customary guard dog spot. And with that, we can probably end our scene. Say thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, JC, for JCing all over the place and destroying everything. And thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time on another scene from the living world of darkness, Rage Across New York.